Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Hardmode series. First off, as per usual, I want to give a big thank you to every single person who has subscribed since the last episode. We just hit 76,000 subscribers, which means we are getting closer and closer to the big 100k. So if you guys are not already subbed but have been enjoying the series, please do consider hitting that subscribe button right now. I would really appreciate it. Anyways guys, for today's episode, we are starting off with a mission. Because as you guys may remember, in the last episode, I showed you that we now have 2 spirit wings, meaning that we are only 1 spirit wing away from being able to craft this insanely overpowered spirit scepter. Like, when I first started going for this thing, I knew it was really good, and then I started watching some videos and streams of people actually using it, and let me just tell you, it is completely busted. But obviously, these things are not free, so if I manage to get one during a dungeon run, I need to make sure I have at least 2 million coins in my bank in order to purchase it. And as you guys know, I pretty much always use this handy dandy sugarcane farm down here to make the money. But because of all the farming I have been doing recently, I have hit farming 33, almost farming 34, which has put me in a bit of dangerous territory in terms of my speed. Because of the fact that every single time I level up my farming level, my farmer boots give me +4 speed. So currently, if I have my rabbit pet and my farmer boots equipped, my speed is 279, which is way too fast to farm sugarcane. Now, usually the way I get around this is I just remove certain talisman that give me speed. So for example, the bat artifact, the cheetah talisman, the pig's foot, and then by the time I've removed all these talisman that give me bonus speed, I usually settle around at like 264, 265-ish. But even with that, if I just gain this next farming level, which is in 350,000 XP, I'm going to be going too fast to farm cane efficiently. Now, thankfully, there is an item called the Obsidian Chestplate, which I can use in place of the farmer boots, which basically allows you to set your speed to whatever you want because it changes based on how much obsidian is in your inventory. And the Obsidian Chestplate is actually a somewhat common drop from the Obsidian Defenders you find at the very bottom along with Zealots. So I literally went down there, farmed them for 5 minutes, and got an Obsidian Chestplate drop. It was not too hard whatsoever. And so my new setup for farming was originally going to be this: 3/4 of Young Dragon armor and the Obsidian Chestplate. The problem here though is that even after filling my inventory with a decent amount of obsidian here, I'm only at 227. Now I could just replace all these miscellaneous items in my hotbar and the rest of my inventory with obsidian and hit like my 255 to 260 target for speed, but that still is only going to leave probably about a row of space in my inventory for enchanted sugar, which just means I'm going to be wasting more time stopping to turn the enchanted sugar into enchanted sugar cane, which is where this item right here comes in play. So this is the rabbit hat, and even though it doesn't say it on this item's lore, it actually gives you permanent jump boost 4, which is important because the rabbit pet that I use while farming has an ability that makes jump potions give you plus 47.5 speed, and obviously I think up to 50 when the rabbit pet's level 100. Now the way to actually get the rabbit hat though is a bit more complicated because it's actually a drop from the Carrot King sea creature, which in order to fish up a Carrot King you have to fish with carrot bait. Thankfully carrot bait is super cheap. It only costs 1 carrot and 1 raw fish per carrot bait, so I've already gone ahead and got myself some. So I'm just going to start off by switching over to my dolphin pet here to make this process go a little bit faster. But then, yeah, hopefully we get a Carrot King pretty early on, and on top of that, hopefully the first Carrot King we get gives us the rabbit hat. I've heard it's like a 50% chance of dropping the rabbit hat, so it shouldn't be too hard to get. But I guess we'll find out. Finally just got my first Carrot King here. Let's see if we can pick up the rabbit hat on the first one. Okay, unfortunately not. 2 enchanted carrots, 2 enchanted rabbit feet. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but we have some more carrot bait, so just gonna keep going. All right, Carrot King number 2. Come on, rabbit hat. All right, not again. Maybe the Bonzo stuff is giving me bad luck. I think I'll start switching to killing it with like my actual fishing rod or a sword or something. I don't know. Carrot King number 3. Come on. Oh, wait, never mind. Not using the Bonzo stuff this time. AOTD. Let's go, please. Rabbit hat. Again, no. Oh my god. All right, well, if it's a 50% chance at this point, the odds are definitely not in my favor. Carrot King number 4. I'm actually starting to fish up a lot more frequently now. Come on, give me the rabbit hat. Okay, I'm seriously not getting it. I mean, I don't know if it's just like less common than I initially thought, or if it's just like me getting super unlucky right now, but I guess we'll keep going. All right, boys, another Carrot King, please. Come on, wait, not using the Bonzo staff. Gotta keep reminding myself. Please give me the hat. Yes, there we go. Finally, rabbit hat. Let's go. Honestly, I was kind of starting to think that I was just doing something wrong, or like, because I don't know. I just had the feeling I was never going to get it, but finally, we got it. Let's go. All right, so mission accomplished there. And now with my rabbit pet equipped, my default speed is 236, but I can even get this a little bit higher if I just head to the hub and change a couple reforges. So all I want to do is just get all of the equipment to the light reforge, which will give the most speed. So there we go, +2 speed on the rabbit hat, +5 speed on the young dragon leggings, and then for the boots, obviously going to be +5 as well because it's the exact same rarity as the leggings. But now with this full armor set equipped, fully reforged to light, if I check my speed, 258, which is like literally perfect already for farming sugarcane. I could maybe put a little bit more obsidian in my inventory if I want to go to like 260 or whatever, but like, yeah, this is pretty much good as it is right now. And now if I look at my speed, it should be, oh wow, 258. Wait, that's even better than I thought it was gonna be. That's like perfect. I don't even know if I really needed the obsidian chestplate thing because it's giving me 0 bonus speed at the moment. All the speed it's giving me is from the light reforge. But then hey, if I want to go ahead and get to like 260 speed, I can just take 40 obsidian out of that backpack and boom, 260 speed. So yeah, I think overall this is going to be a perfect setup for farming. I'm so excited I finally got this done because I've just been going like a little bit too fast in the farming, and it's not too bad yet, but once I got to farming 34, it was going to get like impossible to farm efficiently. So hey, now we are good to go. Okay guys, and now with that out of the way, we're actually going to be returning to doing some stuff in relation to dungeons, because since the last episode, based on some suggestions I got from people in the comment section on that video and from some streams I've done over the past couple days, I have found some pretty interesting new strats for the mage, like based on the items I already had. But I think the best way for me to show both of these strats to you is just to hop into a dungeon and show it off in action. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright guys, so I think both of these strats are best shown off in like the boss stages of floor 4. So I'm going to start off with the blood room to show off some of the strats, and then I will also show them off when we get to the thorn boss fight. So the first crazy thing here is that the AOTD is basically the new pigment sword, and I will show you why. So you guys can watch Scarf spawn in here. I'm actually going to hit him with the voodoo doll first as well to slow him down. But then watch me literally just melt him in like 2 seconds with an AOTD. And that's only 100 mana cost without ultimate wise. So imagine ultimate wise 5 on that, 50 mana cost. Like, you can melt certain bosses. But you'll see on like random like mobs in the blood room and just typical mobs in dungeons, it won't work because they take knockback. And now on the thorn boss fight here, I will show you whenever the spirit bear spawns how well the AOTD works on that thing. But then I also think the pigment sword actually kind of has its best use in this boss fight as well. And that's because the pigment sword seems to work the best when there's like a bunch of mobs grouped up, and when they're like all chasing you like the animals do in this room, it seems to work even better. So let me get a little bit of a mob chase me really quickly, and then I'll just pop off the pigment on him, and you'll see it kind of just chains through all of them and just slowly deals that damage over a couple of seconds. And even though the pigment sword does have that 5-second cooldown now, when you're playing the mage class, you do get that cooldown reduction, so I can usually pop it off about every 3 seconds, which again, when you're training mobs around a circle like this, seems to work pretty dang well. So for once, the pigment sword has a use to me. All right, and then in a second here, I should be able to get a spirit bear solo, because I just told my teammates to let me solo it for video. So here we go, should be spawning in any second now, boom. So what I like to do is start off by voodoo dolling it, but then you'll see, if I just start spamming my right click on it, he starts to lose just health so fast. The one problem I usually do run into here though is I will start to run out of mana because I don't have any ultimate wise on it whatsoever at the moment. But you could see before I ran out of mana, I managed to get him down to 346k entirely solo. So if I had ultimate wise, even like 3 or 4 on that, I would have been able to kill it before I ran out of mana, which is pretty sick. So definitely the main strategy I'm advertising to you guys here is the AOTD one. The pigment is nice to have, but if you don't already have a pigment, I wouldn't suggest investing like a bunch of money to get one, because it's not really that useful. It's kind of just like for me, I had already invested so much time into getting the pigment sword that I went out of my way to find somewhat of a use for it. But the AOTD, on the other hand, is actually insane. Like, it just melts the spirit bear. And especially if you're having help from your teammates like I am right here, I mean, you can just kill the thing insanely fast. And guys, I just thought of this as well. This is like my like old AOTD like that I made a long time ago. So it has sharpness 5 on it. But as you guys know, I've gotten more AOTDs from dragon fights I've done in the past. So maybe what I really want to do is, instead of putting ultimate wise on this one, make a new AOTD with smite instead of sharpness, and that should be even better than this one was. Yeah, maybe that's a thing I'll look into doing in the near future. Alright guys, and now for a bit of a minion update here. In typical Ragetrain fashion, I have left some of my minions up for way too long. As you should all know, the reason I threw down these lapis minions last episode was because I need 6 enchanted lapis blocks in order to craft the spirit scepter. But if you know anything about lapis minions, you probably know that they work pretty fast. So if I just go through and start collecting what these lapis minions have gotten for me so far, you're going to start to notice that it's a little little bit more than 6 enchanted lapis blocks. Yeah, I actually have more than 4 times the amount I needed with 25 enchanted lapis blocks. Now, the good news is that maybe at some point in the future, that's gonna come in handy if I ever need to craft like some Titanic experience bottles for levels or something. But I definitely do not want to get any more enchanted lapis blocks. I'd much rather replace these guys with something more useful, like these clay minions over here, which can generate some money for me. But I'm also currently lacking in the diamond spreading department. I only have enough for these clay minions. The good news is I have more than enough enchanted diamonds just sitting in the clay minions right now to craft a bunch more diamond spreadings, but I do need to get myself the other part of the crafting recipe, which is vines. So gonna get to work on that, and then I will replace the rest of my lapis minions with clay minions. All right, and boom, all of my minions have been fully converted to clay. And then the last step of this project is just to get them all upgraded to tier 11. Obviously not going to be able to do that right now, but hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be able to, because clay minions generate enchanted clay pretty quickly, so they tend to like self-upgrade pretty fast. Anyways, for the last thing in this episode, we have another little test to do in relation to my current adaptive set. Basically, I've been noticing ever since I started running a lot more floor 4 dungeons that I just die really quickly. And I think that mainly just has to do with the fact that adaptive armor by default doesn't give you that much defense. But I'm going to be trying to improve the defense that the adaptive armor gives me today by applying 10 hot potato books. But what I'm curious to find out here is that we all know that by default, like regular hot potato books will give you plus 40 HP and plus 20 defense when you put 10 on a piece of armor. But I think in theory that health and defense bonus should be multiplied by my catacombs level, meaning that in dungeons it'll give me way more than an extra 40 HP and 20 defense per piece. At the moment though, I only have 4 hot potato books saved up, so I'm going to need to get a few more. Thankfully, maybe like 10 to 15 episodes ago, I set up this massive potato farm here, which I think a full harvest of this should easily get me those last 6 hot potato books I need. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and start farming. And 1 full potato harvest later, I have 9 enchanted baked potatoes, which is more than enough. So let me quickly turn these all into hot potato books, and we will find out the results of this test. All right, so before applying any hot potato books whatsoever, I am getting plus 678 HP and plus 270 defense in dungeons. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply the hot potato books, and then we will see what the new stats are. All right, and now we are looking at plus about 780 HP and about 320 defense. So it definitely did scale with the catacombs bonus, because I gained way more than 20 defense and way more than 40 HP. So that's good news. I think that means it is 100% going to be worth it for me to fully hot potato book this entire set, which honestly I thought that would take me a long time to get that many hot potato books. But if 1 harvest is getting me 9 enchanted baked potatoes, I only need to harvest this thing probably about like 3 more times. So that'll be something I work on in between episodes. For now though, I'm gonna end off this video here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did and have not done so already, make sure you drop a like on the video and a subscribe on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video or stream, hopefully very soon. See you guys then. Peace.